soldier's life. The mere mention of these words perhaps brings to your mind a valiant Jawan fighting off terrorists somewhere far away near the borders. But if we care to look closer, beyond their sturdy ways, we see a loving husband, an overprotective brother, or a doting father. Every soldier, just like you and I, has his own childhood tales, his hobbies and passions which he would love to pursue given the luxury of time. They too have mothers, kids and wives eagerly waiting for their each and every letter, storing them preciously as though it might be the last. Spending the better parts of their lives amidst gunfire and ear-shattering explosions, their senses are often numbed, memories disoriented and bodies permanently scarred. The only thing that keeps them going would be a distant memory of their little one's laughter or the consoling words of his wife. When we go to work, however bad our days may be, we always assure ourselves by saying, I will try better tomorrow. But in their case, this simply might not hold true. Every day on the battlefield is a hazard and a challenge which he must overcome at any cost. And the toughest part about it is that they get only one shot at it. It is the call of duty which wakes him up every morning, and the thought of returning home to his loved ones which comforts him during his rough nights. In our daily lives, we can always afford to make mistakes and correct them, but in their case, there is simply no chance for errors. Truly, their lives are hard. Have an insight into a soldier's life in the next part of our play.
True faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, and that I will, as in duty bound, honestly and faithfully serve in the regular army of the Union of India, and go wherever ordered, by land, sea or air, and that I will observe and obey all of the commands of the President of the Union of India and the commands of any officer set above me, even to the peril of my life. A soldier in the Indian Army, or for that matter, any army, is so much more than standing guard on the borders, holding up heavy machinery or sacrificing lives. I still remember the very first day when I flipped the page and started writing some of the best chapters of my life. Men, lots of men, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Maharashtrians, Bengalis, Assamese, men from everywhere. That is what I saw when I entered my platoon dormitory for the very first time. There was the zeal and vigor of youth, yet the anxiety and anticipation of being accepted as one of them persisted.
I'm sorry, but I've lost my way. Could you please tell me which way to go in order to reach the dormitory?
Sure, walk straight, and at the dead end, walk straight again.
I was so disheartened by that incident. I wanted to turn around and walk right back home. After an eternity of a night of overthinking, my broken heart was replaced with the spirit of a revolutionary leader. The next day held surprises for sure, but I had learned something of immeasurable worth. It was simple, yet very appreciable.
So, have you all settled? Are there any problems you want to bring to my notice?
Sir, I've got something to say.
Sure, go ahead. What is troubling you?
Sir, the third termers do not talk very pleasantly. They're ridiculous and it's not very welcoming. I don't think any of us want to be treated that way.
Okay, I will look into the matter. You are right, they should treat the freshers properly, you see.
I stood there in front of my fellow men with utmost pride and a beaming chest. I had stood up for all of us first-termers, you see, sign of a good leader. That evening, while everyone was in their respective platoons, the instructor came to our platoon and called the third-termers outside. An instructor visiting the regiment after official hours was a solemn occasion. There was an atmosphere of tension and a strained silence was followed. I still stood there with a sense of achievement and a broad smile.
परेड सावधान परेड विश्राम परेड सावधान परेड विश्राम परेड बाएं मुड़ परेड दाहिने सच परेड थम परेड दाहिने मुड़
एक दो 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 तीन दो चार दो पाँच दो छह दो सात दो आठ दो नौ दो काली काली एक दो तीन दो चार दो पाँच दो छह दो सात दो आठ दो नौ दो काली काली एक दो
Do you know why you did all this? I put a question of settlement to the freshermen and they said you don't talk to them in the right manner. But that is not the real problem. The real problem is that they are whining about it. Is that what you teach them?
That day, I established a learning that I took back from the army. Don't sweat the small stuff. There are much, much bigger things to focus on. Rather than complaining about inconsequential things, we should focus on those situations and views that are going to make a much bigger impact.
मैं लड़ जाना ऐ लहू में एक चिंगारी सिद्ध से जुनू तक है जाना हर कतरा बोल रहा मैं लड़ जाना है लहू में एक चिंगारी सिद्ध से जुनू तक है जाना हर कतरा बोल रहा बिजनेस करते हैं
पूरे हमले में कौन कौन शामिल था और मुझे नाम चाहिए
ये दिल की मशाले जोश से जला के जलती लपटों को हमने हाथों में है थाम लिया खड़ो कर दिखाना कि सारा जमाना फिर देगा मिसाला यारों
up before the crack of dawn was definitely not the most grueling of the day. Before we left the dorms for the day, there was a signboard that each of us made a point to read. It said, "Aaj mukabla hoga." With the honor of having the Indian national emblem piped on my shoulder from Captain Rajveer Singh, I had become Major Rajveer Singh. It is the only moment of my life that I can't paint a picture of.
Though the pride and honor of holding the badge stands, the true essence of it is to bring a smile to the faces of all the loved ones we leave behind. A smile of pride, a smile of relief, a sense of achievement and accomplishment, and the decoration of that emotion in their hearts is of the highest order.
Ma,
God bless you, my son.
Arey Ma, don't cry. I'm going to be here for a month and a half, and I've got to make all my favorite dishes, especially the kaju ka halwa.
Here, how's the stay? Are you okay? How's everyone else? Did you receive any of my calls?
My dear Sumo, I'll answer all your questions, but first, close your eyes.
Thank you so much, Rajveer.
Those rugged hands that held heavy machinery in the battlefield is softened by the tender fingers of his son, curled around his sturdy ones. That heart that yearned for comfort amidst the turmoils, those that welcome themselves each day, is so laced by the painless and contented smile of his daughter. While he is the son of Bharat, he was his childhood with the warmth of his wrinkled skin running through his hair, in the secure lap of his own mother. While this young man solemnly swore to put his country before himself, to sacrifice his life at time that's right, to bear the dignity of our mother higher than his pride. His mother put him above everything else, swimming across deep waters that threatened to swallow him, treading over the boundless lands in the silence of the starless nights, summoning the roar of his gallantry, while the parched battleground thirsts for his blood. This young man has drowned himself in the fathomless ocean of her eyes, promising a stay longer than eternity. She being the reason behind that smile. The woman he loves. The woman he wants to do proud each time. His first and last thought. His wife. The anchor of his ship, keeping him by the coast before the stormy sail. With the casket of memories buried, he locks these away, as he knows that they shall unveil before the dark skies, before the and he shall stand strong as ever, striding and striving over the people he left behind, for the people praying for his safe return.
Life that I look back at even today. Even today, the same smile spreads that did 10 years ago. And it was during these festivals that I realized the real essence of them. The stories behind them are mere reasons. The reality being that these festivals unite us as Indians. It teaches us to accept and indulge in the multiple cultures that have been laid out like assorted colors on a palette.
हरे रंग पर से भीगे चुनर वाली रंग पर से और रंग पर से भीगे चुनर वाली रंग पर से रंग पर से भीगे चुनर वाली रंग पर से
won't cry. Again, it was time to face the enemy. Again, it was time to leave my family until next time. Again, there was always a weird air of tension. Actually, more like fear. My wife and my mother looked at me as though it were the last time. They filled their eyes with the visions of me.
Farmer, I shall come back. That time, make more gajar ka halwa. Be strong. You should know you are my strength when I'm on my knees, trembling and ready to give up. One thought of you and all my courage comes back like a huge wave. I will miss you. And tough woman, I know. But still, take good care of her. Don't trouble her. To all the disagreements we've had, Sumo, to all the drawings you made for me, Naisha, to all the cars that drove over me behind, to all the stories you told me, Ma, I shall come back. Maybe alive or wrapped in the tricolor, but I will come back. There will be tears both times, each of pride, because the day I die, both my mothers will be proud. That being my fortune. That day, tell my wife not to cry, because she's the strongest woman that I know. When I go, your prayers are with me. And if I die, I shall take them along with me. To time that waits for none, to time that's already gone, and to time that's yet to come.
Dear Simar, not a single day goes by when I do not think of our family, which is now so distant, yet so close to my heart. Some nights, I wonder how beautiful it would be if you could spend just one day with me here at our camp. I'd take you to our training arena and I'd show you all the robust activities we prepare for. Life as a Jawan is different, but I wouldn't complain, as it gives me the delight of being a worthwhile citizen of our country. While other nights I just smile. I smile, wondering how adorable, efficient, wise and kind my children have become. I smile, hoping to see you laugh till your stomach hurt, because at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Here's one thing I want to remind you of. You have been a remarkable part of my journey, and I couldn't have asked for a better mother to raise our children. I left to the camp with absolutely zero worries, because I knew a woman like you is brave enough to take down the storms for the sake of her family. I owe you a perpetuity for that. Thank you is all I can give you at this hour. It's the memories that keep all of us content at camp. I can't help but think of all those backyard smiles we shared that had something to teach. The cruel roads we walked on, hand in hand, gave us identical bruises on our feet and had something to teach. Even on the darkest nights, the pool of our silence had something to teach. Oh dear, I hope you find stained tears of bliss and love on this letter. May I remind you one more time that I couldn't have imagined a life without you. You are beautiful and I am proud of you. You make me smile every day, every single day. And as much as I wish to spend this special little evening by your side, reality just strikes me over and over again. Now, all that's left to say is happy birthday and thank you for every day. Written with a pen, sealed with a kiss. Much love, Rajguru.
Sorry for the interruption. Dear parents, the car number KA01.
With sweating palms, weak knees, blur vision, a numb mind, with only one thought: simmer. I sat at the base camp getting ready for battle. Something about that day just didn't seem right. Even the strongest of men with rock hearts have moments of vulnerability. And on that day, so did I.
Soldiers! Take him! Soldiers!